What's going on, guys? Bulls 290 coming back at you with another NFL video. We're gonna be doing one with Gabe later on, but right now we're just gonna be you and I, you know, just us for now. We'll get Gabe in here tomorrow, and talk about everything that's happened so far in the NFL. Crazy day today around the league. We had a lot of good games. We had a lot of one possession games. It's pretty exciting. So yeah, I'll jump right into it. I'll talk about who I predicted for some games. I'll talk about the Colts and Titans game. I'll give a little bit of news, like always, and I'll give you guys my thoughts on week 11, and then tomorrow I'll recap, do like another review with Gabe, and we'll go over his picks and all sorts of stuff, or why we chose who we did and whatnot, and yeah. So let's just get right into it. We had, for Thursday night football, we had the Colts and Titans. The Colts showed a lot in this game. They had a really good defense, had a really good plan of stopping Derrick Henry, and a really good game plan about just to do it. You know, Derrick Henry has been one of the biggest forces in the NFL. He's leading, I think, with like 900 yards of rushing right now. And we're only in week 10, so he's hit a pretty good pace right now. He's in a really good stride, but the Colts held him to, I believe, under 100 yards, if I'm not mistaken. I'll have to check that real quick, but you know, the Colts just did a really good job defensively, and I did take them last week to beat the Ravens, and the Ravens did start off pretty slow. Oh, never mind. Derrick Henry was held to 103 yards, but given the kind of games he's had all year, that's not too bad. I think his lowest was like 60 or something. Don't quote me on that, but so yeah, you know, the Colts had a good game plan, and they executed pretty well. And yeah, rookie Michael Pittman showed up. In the draft, I was kind of looking forward to seeing. I thought he would go pretty early, and he did. You know, I did think he was day 2. I did not think he was day 1. But I did think he was a solid receiver. Definitely could be a starter in a lot of places. Look for him to get a lot more targets after his 100-yard performance. So not bad for the Colts. I think right now they're either leading their division or they're really close. I can't remember which one it is. But things are looking good for him. So on to the next one. Or I'll just go through my predictions, and then we'll go through everything. So, Buccaneers, Panthers, that game I had the Buccaneers. Washington, Lions, I had Washington. Jaguars, Packers, I had the Packers. Sorry. Texans, Browns, I had the Texans. Eagles, Giants, I had the Giants. Broncos, Raiders, I had the Raiders. Bills, Cardinals, I had the Cardinals. Chargers, Dolphins, I had the Dolphins. Bengals, Steelers, I had the Steelers. Seahawks, Rams, I had the Seahawks. 49ers, Saints, I had the Saints. Ravens, Patriots, I had the Ravens. And I believe I picked the Vikings for the Vikings-Bears. And my record with Gabe is actually, I have a winning record with Gabe right now. And we'll get more into that tomorrow, or in the next one. Oh wow. But I'll just cover right now just my picks. Buccaneers, Panthers. You know the Panthers had a really good game last weekend against the Chiefs. I didn't know if they'd have that good of a game with CMC out. And, you know, it wasn't looking too bad after a while. It was a one-score game, but after a while the Panthers just kind of let the game go through and let the game slip away for them further. So, I think it all started with the Ronald Jones 98-yard touchdown. But, you know, the Panthers didn't play too bad the first half. I think it was tied going in, so not bad at all. I mean, the Buccaneers are a really good team, and if you're able to, I mean, they were able to hold on for a little bit, just not for too long, obviously. And who knows, maybe their future is pretty bright. This is a team that's really built for the future. So, you know, even though they lost this game, and they're, you know, any playoff hopes that they might have had are kind of out the window. It was still a pretty well played game. So yeah, nothing to hang your head down on if you're a Panthers fan. Just look forward to the future. Washington and Detroit. So I did have Washington winning this, and it almost looked like it would have happened if Chase Young doesn't rough Matthew Stafford. I think there's a better chance of this happening. You know, they go to overtime and they have a better shot of winning this game. But you know, Alex Smith coming back from injury, his leg injury, and being the starter, I thought that was definitely going to fuel a little bit of the fire. And I wasn't completely wrong. He just couldn't get the win, which kind of sucks. Matt Prater hits like a 50-yard or 60-yard field goal to win the game. And I knew once I saw 3 seconds left on the clock, and I saw Matt Prater jog on the field, and they're, you know, like, he can hit it from about anywhere. He's one of the best kickers in the NFL. You know, he has a really powerful leg, so I kind of expected him to hit it, but it did start hooking a little bit, and I started to get a little excited. But ultimately, he ended up getting it. The Lions were able to hold on, and okay, don't know what that was. So yeah, one of my predictions I was wrong, but it was really close. You know, I'll take it, but it's just kind of heartbreaking. So on to the next one, Jags Packers. This game was actually way closer than I thought it was going to be. There's a while there I thought the Jags might win it, but the Packers were able to pull away. There were a lot of, like, this game just felt really weird. I don't know. It was just I don't think this game was supposed to be this close. I'm pretty sure when I did predict this with you, I said it was gonna be like the Packers are basically gonna have another bye week. But boy was I wrong. This game was actually way closer than I thought. You know, luckily for saving them the embarrassment of having to go through everyone, you know, saying a bunch of shit about them, they were able to pull away from this game, but man, it was close. Too close for comfort. So, you know, just I'm just glad they were able to pull away, because it was there was a while there, it was starting to look a little not good. So on to the next one. Texans Browns. This game just sucked. There was nothing good about this game, really. Nick Chubb could have scored 2 touchdowns. I was a little upset because I have him in my fantasy, but Nick Chubb doesn't care about my fantasy team, I guess. It's just this game was awful. This game, it was a field goal game for the longest time. It could have got tied, and then the Texans finally stopped going for it on 4th down. They let their kicker kick it, and then I kind of understood why they were, they were going for it on 4th down, because God, that guy sucks. He couldn't hit the freaking broadside of a barn. So this game probably would have been won in overtime if that guy didn't miss the kick. I mean, it was an absolute bum, but yeah, here we are, the Browns getting the win, and yeah, it's just it's something else to be a Browns fan or whatever. I don't know. Whatever. It's just this game. Eagles Giants. I took the Giants because the Giants have been getting better every week. They were able to, kind of stay in it with. Oh my gosh. They're kind of able to stay in it with the Buccaneers and make it a close game. And we've kind of seen it, like, watch these past couple weeks or not. Like, even without Saquon Barkley, they've kept in it for most of their games. So I kind of laughed when Joe Judge was hired as the head coach, because it was like, why would you hire a wide receivers coach, I'm pretty sure it really was, as your head coach when and I feel like you can't really blame me, because Eric Bieniemy was sitting there taking job interviews for head coach, and no one hired him. So you're telling me you hired this guy over Eric Bieniemy, and that's why I was just like, it's kind of crazy. But so far it's working out. Even though they're 3-7, they still have a weird chance to be able to make it to the playoffs because of the horrible division they play in. They still have a chance. So the Giants improve. And on to the next game, Raiders-Broncos. I wouldn't even call this a game because Drew Lock played terribly. I don't know if he's like has some sort of lingering injury or something, but it was awful. He just didn't play well. Someone tell Stephon Diggs he. Wait, what? He caught that?
First down, Buffalo.
Hold on a second. Okay, whatever. Sorry, I should be focused on talking about this, but it's just, I get. What are you doing here? Oh, whatever. So yeah, the Raiders just absolutely went out there and curb stomped the Broncos, and I kind of need, I really want the Chiefs to win this next game at Allegiant Stadium, the Death Star, as they've been calling it, so I don't have to listen to these dumb fucking Raiders fans anymore saying about how our only losses came to them. The sunlight has to shine on a donkey's ass one day, and you guys finally got a win since like 2015, whenever that fucking Thursday night primetime game was. It's been your first win in forever since then. I think Michael Crabtree is still on that team. That's how long ago it was. Marshawn Lynch was even on that team. Maybe it was 2018. Okay, it's been 2 years since you guys have won a game. But yes, tell me how you guys are the greatest football team in the NFL because you beat us. Fucking God. And I really want someone to beat the Steelers, right? Because they've played like 2 good teams and 1 mediocre. I want one team to knock these teams down enough. Also, explain to me. Actually, we'll talk about that when I get to the game. On to the Bills-Cardinals game. can't stop D-Hop. DeAndre Hopkins has hops. Hops has hops. That man got up on his fucking ladder to get on top of his horse, to get on top of the Empire State Building, to catch that goddamn ball. And you know exactly what fucking play I'm talking about. And if you don't, stop watching this video and go. I'm sure if you type in on the internet or Google somewhere, you type in Hail Murray, which is what this magnificent play is being coined, and I absolutely love it.
It leads to 2nd and 10.
Kyler Murray, alright, the whole game. I was getting pissed towards the end of the game because I predicted the Cardinals to win, and they weren't winning. And I was sitting there at Gabe's house, and he's, you know, Stephon Diggs scores that touchdown, and I'm sitting there because I'm playing against Josh Allen and Stephon Diggs in my fantasy team. So I might fall. At that point, I'm just sitting there. I'm like, you know what? I just want to, you know, if I don't win my predictions, if I tied my predictions at least, because I have picked the Dolphins and the Dolphins are winning. If I tie my predictions, I'll take that. As long as I can win my fantasy. And Stephon Diggs and Josh Allen did that BS. And I was so upset. Like, I wanted to jump out a freaking window. 34 seconds. Kyler Murray the whole game was just scrambling around. You know, scrambling, running. I was getting so freaking... I was just getting so frustrated. And then it happened, right? No, I mean, it didn't happen, you know, right away. Kyler Murray didn't find a receiver right away. You know, he was scrambling around, he was just taking massive time. And I think it was the play before it happened, before this magnificent play happened. He threw it to Larry Fitzgerald on the right sideline. That was a weird animation. Larry Fitzgerald stays in. I think that puts him around the 40 or something, you know. A field goal will not win this game. I mean, it is a 4-point game, which is really tragic. And you know what? It's probably for the best, because Zane Gonzalez has sucked this year. And I'm not even a Cardinals fan, but I'm sure if you find a Cardinals fan, they will agree with me on that one. Zane Gonzalez has been absolute booty cheeks. So then what? There's like 10 seconds left. And you see Larry Fitzgerald and DeAndre Hopkins on the sideline. And they're talking with Kyler Murray and what's his name? Cliff Kingsbury, yeah, sorry. And me and Gabe were joking around and whatnot because Larry Fitzgerald had that weird ass interception where like it felt like an actual Madden play because it just popped right out from under him. And Jordan Poyer was right there and just picked it up and fucking intercepted that bitch. Speaking of which, we're right there, but it was just so weird, right? And Gabe and I were sitting there joking, and I was like, Larry Fitzgerald is saying right now, he's like, just throw it up to me, I'm gonna make that catch. And then DeAndre Hopkins over there and said something like, sit down, old man, I won't fumble, I won't throw this one away or whatever, I won't let this one get picked. So, you know, you see I saw Kyler Murray scrambling around. I'm like, dude, you just gotta throw that thing. And right as I say that, he flings the ball downfield. And I see that thing flying through the air. And flying him. And, you know, I thought it was supposed to be, like, to the guy around the 20-yard line. I was like, what's he doing? Then I see it. I see DeAndre Hopkins in the end zone. And I'm thinking to myself, no way this is about to happen here. I see DeAndre Hopkins leap his big ass up in the air. He's up there. He put on his fucking jetpack that he bought from Elon Musk with all of his fucking contract money that Bill O'Brien didn't give him. He fucking leaped up there with his Air Jordans and shit. 3 defenders. All up with him. And who catches that goddamn ball? DeAndre fucking Hopkins. Touchdown. 32-30. I was losing my shit. Gabe was losing because he has DeAndre Hopkins in his fantasy. He's his big leader way. You know, look, I'm sure he'll go into detail and in the video we do with him. But we both were just absolutely losing it. I mean that shit. I've never like actually watched a Hail Mary that really has worked like that. I mean, like live at least. I watched the replays of Aaron Rodgers throwing it, like, you know, in Glendale, in the, you know, the playoff game to Jeff Janis or whatever. And, you know, it's cool, but when you watch that shit happen in, like, real life, that's nuts. And I'm not even a Cardinals fan. You know, I was rooting for the Cardinals. I like Kyler Murray, but holy shit, that was fucking amazing. That has to be one of the best plays I've seen all year. Like, it was crazy. So, you know, if I'm a Bills fan, that's Heartbreak City. But goddamn, Kyler Murray, man. I don't know. I don't think he'll win MVP. You know, I think with my unbiased opinion, I've tried to remove my bias, but I still think Patrick Mahomes is, you know, he's on pace to have like 50-something touchdowns and like 2 interceptions. So, and that was a bad throw. Why the fuck did I? And that guy had an easy fucking pick six, but he's done. So, you know, I'd hate to be a Bills fan today or tonight, because, you know, just absolute pain. And you know what? I kind of know what you're going through, because that I'm sure I know exactly how that feels, because something like that happened to me, and it's called the 2018 AFC Championship game. So I've been there. I feel your pain. But man, that has to be a real shit way to lose. Chargers Dolphins. I had the Dolphins winning this because Tua time. And you know, when we bring Gabe on here tomorrow, he is the whole 3 weeks, the past 3 weeks, Tua's been starting. Every time he's bet against Tua. Every time. And I bet for Tua, and man, has it paid off for me. Tua 3-0 as a starter. He took the Chargers in this one. And boy, you know, even though it's 29-21, the Chargers got basically a garbage time touchdown. And, you know, just a little something to give them pride, basically. Be like, hey, at least we scored. You know, made this a close game, but it is, you know, 8-point game, onside kick is it's not looking good for you at that point when you have to, oh, don't know why I threw that. Oh my god. That, ladies and gentlemen, is some magical bullshit that I always end up pulling off. Too bad I'm not playing against me. But, yeah. Just improbable. They didn't have enough time to really do much anyway. Justin Herbert has only won 1 game so far as a starter, and Tua moves to 3-0. So, do the math. Here we go, Bengals Steelers. I've been saying all year that the Bengals have been keeping it close with teams, no matter how good they are. This game was just god awful. Like, nothing was going the Bengals' way. We know their defense is bad, but holy shit, like this, and I can't solely put it on the defense because offense didn't play well either. Just free Joe Burrow, please. I feel so bad for him. Having to get stuck in this franchise. I hope they can build around him. They have to do something because he can't just be. It can't go like this. He will literally die. And I want to see Joe Burrow succeed, but it's just right now it's not looking good. Hopefully we can get some wins going. Right now they're sitting pretty for the draft, but that's about it. Seahawks Rams, one of the big upsets in the afternoon window. Gabe and I have been calling, and I did pick the Seahawks for this one. So did Gabe, but we'll go to that. We'll go into depth, obviously, tomorrow. Gabe and I have been calling the Rams the LaFrauds because they've, it just doesn't seem like they've played really good football except against the Bills, really. But here in this game, outplayed the Seahawks, which, some could say it's not too hard. The Seahawks have been really close in a lot of games, and they've just had fortune go their way and all that sort of stuff. Just I don't know. The Seahawks just didn't play a good game. And it just boils down to that. The Seahawks, Russell Wilson has been, I think I saw something, ever since, I'm trying to remember what it was. It was like ever since week 7 or something, Russell Wilson has thrown 9 touchdowns and 10 turnovers. So, I think the, Russ's Kitchen is starting to, the health inspector came in, said we might have to close this down and all sorts of shit. So it's not like, Russ is kind of starting to the flame on the stove is starting to burn out a little bit. I don't know what it is exactly, but it's just not looking too hot. 49ers Saints, picked the Saints for this one. Big storyline in this one, Drew Brees went out, and towards the end of the game, we don't know what the extent of the injury is, but it's just a really ugly game. In the first half, the Saints were able to pull away, and the Saints get away with the win. They're looking pretty good for the playoff picture. So, and then tonight's game, we have the Ravens Patriots. I picked the Ravens. Gabe picked the Ravens, but I did say this was going to be a close game, closer than what most people think. And Gabe laughed at me for saying that. He did not believe me. And even though I didn't pick him because I didn't have complete faith in the Patriots. And I'd rather Gabe and I both lose this than, me go out on a limb and take the Patriots and they lose. I did say, I think that they're going to be better, right? The Patriots have a really good defense, and Lamar Jackson has been making a lot of mistakes this year. So, we kind of saw that at the end of the first half. You have a chance at a field goal. Lamar Jackson tries to force it downfield to Marquise Brown, and it's intercepted by J.C. Jackson, NFL's leading in interception leader. So. You just can't really make that mistake, I guess. Just a bad game by Lamar. And we'll see how he rebounds.
Allen's
week.
pass. Complete to T.J. Yeldon.
So,
A gain of 4 yards.
real quick,
First down,
I'm going to cover on some Week 11 stuff. I'm going to pause this game so I can actually hear myself talk. Oh, hey, the Chiefs play at 7:20. I like to see that, so I won't be too busy at work. Because, my God, I've been extremely busy every time the Chiefs fucking play a game. So, this Thursday, we'll be seeing the Cardinals-Seahawks. It's going to be an interesting game. The last one went down to the wire. They're both 6-3 teams. The Cardinals, I believe, are leading the NFC West. So, I think I might take the Cardinals on this one. I'm going to ride the hot hand. Kyler Murray's been playing out of his mind. So, interesting game. Titans-Ravens, this one's kind of a toss-up, but I might... I think I'm going to take the Ravens. The Titans haven't had a really good defense. It's most of their offense, but this is going to be a really good rematch to watch of that playoff game. We'll see if Derrick Henry can ball out again. Eagles-Browns. This game's going to be kind of ugly, but I think since the Browns have Nick Chubb back, I'm going to take the Browns on this one. The Eagles have not had a good defense as well. Steelers-Jags, I'm going to take the Steelers on this one. This is not going to be the week where the Jags or the Steelers are going to be upset. You know, this is not going to be the one that's going to knock them down. I don't think so. Lions-Panthers. I'm going to have to take the Panthers on this one. The Panthers have been playing pretty well. And you know, the Lions, I mean, the Lions can hold their own in some games, but after what I saw today, I don't know how well they're going to be able to hold to the Panthers. Patriots-Texans, I'm going to take the Patriots on this one. The Texans have been playing very well. And, yeah, it's just... I don't know. They've been playing a lot of sloppy football, both on both sides, so... I can't even say they have the draft to look forward to, because they traded away their first-round pick, so... Falcons-Saints, I'm going to take the Saints on this one. I don't know, the Falcons haven't had a really good year, so... the Saints are... on a 2-game win streak, I believe. Actually, wait, no, they are on a bigger win streak than that. My bad. I think what, week 7 was their last loss? Let me check that. No. Oh wait, no, they've been on a win streak for a while. My bad. Because they beat the Chargers. And they were on bye week 6. Yeah. Hold on. I want to make sure I get this right before I say anything else that... Their last loss against the Packers? Really? I might be wrong on this. Hold on. Yeah, I think they're on a 7-game win streak or something like that, so I'm not sure exactly, but anyway, they're on a streak. They're on a roll. So, all right, it might be 6. I'm not sure, but I'm just gonna take the Saints on this. Bengals, Washington. I'm gonna take Bengals on this one. I think Joe Burrow will show up, even though the football team has had a pretty good defense. I think Joe Burrow will play some pretty good football. So Jets, Chargers. Honestly, how the Chargers have played, this could go either way, which is kind of sad. The Jets kind of did show me a little bit with the Patriots game, but I'm going to take the Chargers on this one. Something tells me I might regret that. Dolphins, Broncos, I'm going to take Tua time. Until Tua shows me otherwise, I'm just gonna bet on Tua. So, yeah. Packers, Colts, I'm going to take the Packers on this one, even though the Packers were really close with a bad team. I don't know, something about Aaron Rodgers. I trust him, right? So, Cowboys, Vikings, this game's just... I don't know. Why is this a game? Why is this even a game? But, either way, I'm going to take the Vikings on this one. Just a bad game right here. Rams, Buccaneers, I'm going to take the Buccaneers on that one. Yeah, it's just... some bad matchups toward the back end of that. So, some big things that happened today injury wise. Nick Boyle injured with a weird leg injury in the Patriots game. Had to leave early. It was announced that he is out for the season already. So, just a little bit after the game, John Harbaugh announced that he will be out for the season with a major knee injury. And if you guys watch it, it was bad, and you could tell his leg bent really awkwardly, and one of the Patriots players immediately started signaling for the medical staff. So it's just it was not good. So on to the next, Saints. Sean Payton. So Drew Brees will have an MRI for his ribs to see what his availability will be for the next game. So he apparently Brees told Sean Payton that something didn't feel right before the second half, and that led to Jameis Winston and Taysom Hill taking the field at quarterback. 49ers running back JaMychal Hasty suffered a broken collarbone during today's loss to New Orleans. His return isn't really projected yet, but I'll try to report that on the next if I do know when he'll be back. Let's see here. Jameis Winston started at quarterback in the start of the third quarter. It was his first time under center. Actually, the Buccaneers game was his first time under center since his time playing for the Buccaneers. So, Alex Smith had a career day today, by the way, with 38 completions and a career high of 390 passing yards, but just couldn't get away with the win. Teddy Bridgewater went to the locker room with an apparent knee injury. I believe he's getting an MRI, and it was the opposite knee of which he had injured in his days playing with the Vikings, which almost ended his career. Another big thing that also happened, which was kind of weird that it came out during the game, not last night when it happened, or Saturday night, was Packers All-Pro left tackle David Bakhtiari signed a 4-year, $92 million extension, and that will make him the highest paid offensive lineman in league history. So, pretty interesting. Devontae Adams suffered an ankle injury in the game, but he was able to return. But something to watch through the year, through the week. So, just looking through here. It was announced also, if you guys are big halftime Super Bowl supporters, that The Weeknd will be performing in the Super Bowl halftime this year. So, I guess that's something if you are curious in. There you go. The Bucks last night got stuck in Tampa Bay for a while after the plane had some issues, so they asked for another plane. Luckily, they were able to get there for their 12 o'clock noon kickoff, but for me it's 1. Or for them it's 1, for me it's noon. So, yeah. Josh Norman tested positive for COVID, so he did not travel with the Bills today. And I believe, other than that might be about it. Oh, yes. One big thing, that it's not really NFL related, but it's still really big. So it's kind of unfortunate that hearing about this, it was kind of sad because I kind of was rooting for this guy. But Penn State running back Journey Brown will not be able to play football again after a serious medical issue was discovered. Apparently, he has a heart condition. He was a projected, I believe, he was either going to be a late first rounder or somewhere in the second rounder. He was a really good running back, and it's kind of sad to see that he won't be playing football again. But don't be sad it's over, be happy that it happened. So Journey Brown, very upsetting, and I hope everything goes well for him in life and all that, but it's just that has to be one of the worst things to hear. I'm sure he's very passionate about the game, and it's just that has to suck. So oh yes, also one thing I wasn't able to cover, the Falcons released Tackhurst McKinley. We talked about this a couple weeks ago, that the Falcons were going to hold him accountable and all sorts of stuff, right? And there was a lot of chatter over the trade deadline that he might get traded for 6th and 7th somewhere. And the Falcons just decided, we don't want your 6th and 7th, we'll get the composition or compensatory pick or whatever. And they waived him. So the Bengals picked him up off waivers. And maybe we'll see Tackhurst McKinley suiting up for the Bengals soon. So who knows? Anyway, that's all I have for this video. I'll come back to you guys tomorrow with a video talking about more in depth of Gabe and I's picks for this week. I'll recap my picks for the next week along with Gabe's picks, and if you guys want to see a little bit more on that, go check out Gabe's channel. It should be on my channel page. Just go to my subscriptions and you'll see him down there. So hope you guys enjoyed this video. I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.
Yeah. I'll be here for the night, don't have to think twice. I'll be oh so nice, I have to think twice. I'll be here for the night, don't have to think twice. I'll be oh so nice, I have to think twice. Yeah. I'll be here for the night. Travel far, move away the seas, go to Panama, then I'll do a bees. It didn't take that long, had no time for weeping. Fingernails like claws, I'ma close your keep and go store your bag. Think I had a reason, can't remember shit, but I got a feeling. Play all my songs on a blown out speaker, did we work it up? Can't remember either. Running in circles, not feeling okay. Act like imposters, we playing all day. Last night we talked all about holidays. One day we'll get all this, then get away. Tonight, don't have to think twice. I'll be oh so nice, I have to think twice. I'll be here for the night, don't have to think twice. I'll be oh so nice, I have to think twice. I'll be here.